Hi, Ron. Would you like to go out for dinner after work today? I'd be even happier if you got a reservation at a restaurant with a view.
Miss Cross?
Please, call me Pam.
I'm sorry, but I have a meeting with our branch overseas at night today. I have to stay after work since there's a time difference. Not only that, but I'm trying not to go drinking or eating with other women. It's no use no matter how many times you invite me.
What? How many times have you turned me down like this until now? Let's just try and go out once, okay?
I need to get back to work, so goodbye.
Ron, come on.
Hi, Claire. I'm finally done with work.
Must have been a hard day.
Sorry about today. I was planning on having dinner at your apartment after work today, but...
It's all right, don't worry about it. Still, though, this overtime came out of nowhere.
Yep, it was suddenly decided that we would have a meeting with our overseas branch. There was a time difference as well, so it was a mess.
Make sure to get some rest, all right?
Yeah, thanks.
So, are you going to go straight home today?
Yep. We're going to discuss the wedding ceremony with the planners tomorrow, so I should probably get some sleep.
Yeah, I'll take a bath and go to bed early as well.
Alright, see you tomorrow.
Yep, see you tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night. Hi, Claire. You probably still have no boyfriend because you're so ugly, right? Oh, it's you again, Pam. What do you mean it's you again? I've told you this 1,000 times. I cut ties with you and everyone else in my family once I graduated high school and was kicked out of home. Haven't you noticed that just because you got my new phone number from my friends who didn't know what happened doesn't mean I'm gladly welcoming your texts? Of course! That's why I'm texting you. I don't know what's funny about this, but I'm no longer the girl you knew who was always tense and scared of what her family thought. Even if you insult me like you used to back home, I just don't care what you have to say anymore. Huh? If that's fine with you, then all right. I'll reply to your texts, but I think we'll just be wasting each other's time. It'd just be a bother, really. Huh? What's with the attitude? You're just a failure that was never loved by Mom and Dad. Yes, but Aunt and her husband adopted me and treated me like I was their own daughter, so it doesn't really bother me. What? What's your deal? You've never even had a boyfriend. But I do have a boyfriend. What? There's something I need to take care of now. Bye. Hey, you really surprised me. There's no way an ugly woman like you could ever get a boyfriend. You're lying. I, on the other hand, am on good terms with the son of a CEO. I can't quite take our relationship to the next step, which is a bit bothersome, though. But this is without a doubt proof that I'm important to him. The way he's so stoic and strict is a sign that he's going to be a good husband once we get married. So there's no need to worry. I want to be the wife of a CEO so bad. Hi, Ron. What's the meaning of this?
What is it, Miss Cross?
The invitation to your wedding ceremony that you are handing out to everyone in the department? Why did you give one to me as well?
I thought that it was my responsibility as a son of the CEO, and as the person who's going to be the CEO after my dad. My fiancé agreed to it as well, so it was decided that I would invite everyone in the company to our wedding reception. Of course, I'm not forcing anyone to come, and it won't affect your standing at work either, so it's fine if you don't go.
That's not what I'm talking about. What do you mean you're getting married? I thought I was your girlfriend.
What are you talking about? I don't remember you ever being my girlfriend, and I turned down all your invitations to dinner. I told you that I wanted you to stop as well.
But that's because I was important to you, right?
To be honest, I don't remember doing anything that might have given you the idea that I was interested in you. I've been going out with my fiancé ever since university.
What?
It's been almost 10 years, but even if we did have a few fights, we've gotten along. I think that I was loyal to her in my own way during that time. I don't think that's going to change once we get married, but if you're going to spread strange rumors, whether outside the office or in it, then I'm going to have to intervene where I have to. Please stop making any more trouble.
But... Hold on. What's the meaning of this? Why are you at this wedding? This is supposed to be Ron's wedding, right? I get it now. You're trying to take over the wedding, right? I can't believe this. There's no way he'd marry an ugly hag like you. It's no use trying to seduce the groom when he's the son of a CEO. The only person who's allowed to destroy this wedding is his true lover, me. I'm the one who's going to stand next to him wearing a wedding dress. I won't let you bother us. I'll kick you out no matter what. That's what you get. I pulled you all the way outside of the venue. I came up with it on the fly, but me rubbing balls of dirt I made from the flower bed was effective as well. That was so fun. No, not only can you no longer enter the venue, but you won't be able to show yourself to Ron. That was you, Pam? Yep. Did you not notice because I had gotten so much prettier? I can vaguely recognize you, but I was surprised because the evil determination on your face was so evident. What? I just told Ron what you did to me. Huh? So what if you told him? He's not going to help someone like you even if you did. On the other hand, he is going to treat me like a hero now for saving his wedding. There's no way a hag like you could ever be a bride. Oh my, this might be my chance. Pam, did you read the names of the bride and groom on the wedding invitation? What?
Miss Cross, what are you doing to my bride?
I
just got to Claire. She was covered in dirt. This is horrible.
What's going on?
Claire told you, right? Look at the names of the bride and groom on the wedding.
Okay. What? Is this my sister? Huh? My sister's name is written as the bride's name.
Claire's last name changed because she was adopted by her aunt. But it seems that you met your aunt now and then as well, so you must know her last name was Nelson, right? Did you not think anything when you saw Claire Nelson?
I didn't look at the invitation properly.
Huh?
I didn't want to look at the bride's name since it would make me feel like I had lost. I didn't want to know the name of the person who stood in my way of becoming a celebrity wife. How should I have known that the wife of Ron, who's so high-spec'd, is my ugly failure of a sister?
I don't appreciate you insulting my fiancé like that, but...
Oh no, it's just that...
But Claire says that isn't the problem, so I'll pretend I didn't hear it. You understand now though, right? My fiancé, Claire, is your sister.
That's impossible. Why am I being fired?
Did you receive a notice from HR saying that they would process it as your voluntary resignation out of pity?
But all I did was rub some dirt on my sister's head.
You're lucky Claire didn't file a complaint against you. It would normally have been considered as assault, apparently. To tell you the truth, I was worried about what you might do at the day of the wedding. But you managed to slip by unnoticed and sneak into the bride's waiting room. There's a male employee that helped you during this, right?
There was no such person.
This male employee told me everything. He regretted his actions and voluntarily quit. You used your body to make him do what you said, right?
My only feelings are those I have toward you.
I talked to your parents about this.
What? Mom and Dad? What did they tell you?
I told them that I wouldn't file a complaint and let you off with a standard alimony if they accepted one condition.
Mom and Dad help me? It must be because they love me so much. Because unlike Claire, who was an ugly good-for-nothing, I was pretty and talented.
I don't know whether you would call this saving you, but...
So? What conditions did you give them?
Firstly, you three would erase all the contact information you have of Claire, and that you would never bother her again.
Oh, that much is nothing. Who cares if I can no longer see Claire? I'd gladly accept those conditions.
Secondly, the three of you will move somewhere far away.
Huh? What? You're telling me to move? That means I won't be able to see you anymore. And Dad's company doesn't have a relocation system, which means that Dad will have to quit his job as well.
This isn't my problem. If you don't like the conditions, then I'll file a complaint. You'll probably get a criminal record if you don't accept.
I don't want that.
Then, you'll have to do what I say.
This is so unfair. All I wanted was to marry you and become the wife of a CEO. To think that my sister would steal that from me.
She didn't steal me from you. All you did was cause trouble on your own. You haven't even reached the starting point.
But we were in love.
No, we weren't. You were just being delusional this whole time. Well then, I doubt we'll ever meet again, but...
Wait, Ron! Think this through. I could be a much better wife than Claire could ever be.
Don't ever show yourself to me or Claire ever again.
Ron, please!
Goodbye. The wedding ceremony was successfully held thanks to the work of the staff. We turned in our marriage papers as well that day. We wrote Claire's aunt and her husband's names as our guarantors, since they had shown up to the wedding as Claire's parents. The alimony I asked for Miss Cross was also paid. Apparently, they got the money by selling their house that was already 80 years old. According to Claire, her former parents loved Pam so much that they probably spent a fortune on her and so couldn't save up for their retirement. For now, it seemed that they're going to live off Pam's father's retirement money. But it was revealed that her parents were actually in debt. Pam was forced to help in paying back the debt, and so she now works multiple part-time jobs nonstop. Apparently, one of these jobs is working at a brothel. Why am I not surprised? After all, she did get one of the male employees at the wedding to do what she said by selling him her body. Anyways, Pam was able to pay back their debt quicker than anyone would have guessed, since apparently her job at the brothel actually paid pretty well. She now spends every day more or less in the same manner, work a few hours during the day, and work a few more hours at night at the brothel. Apart from losing a few friends after the incident, things more or less seem to have worked out for her.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Ginny, you're late again. Just how many times are you going to let this happen, huh? I don't get how you're supposed to find any joy in life if all you're doing is working all the time. You need to get your priorities straight. Got it? Mom, are we really going to have to do this whole song and dance again? You do remember that we talked about this, right? I told you that this time of the year is really busy at my work and that there are going to be days when I come home late. Besides, I actually really like my job and it makes me feel fulfilled, so I really don't mind the extended hours as much as you might think. You like your job? It makes you feel fulfilled? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke or something? Because if it's not, and that's really true, then that is just sad, Ginny. Why don't you go out and try making some friends instead, huh? I really don't think it's sad at all. I really enjoy the work, which is what I end up doing every day anyways. I think I'm lucky to have found a job that makes me feel this way. And besides, I do have friends, thank you very much. And on top of that, I have a boyfriend too. All I happen to be doing for now, though, is concentrating on my job since there's so much to be done. And I would really appreciate if you would let me concentrate on my job without making me feel bad about it. You really want to focus on your job right now? Are you serious? Why? What is even the point of doing something like that? Let's get one thing straight, Ginny. You're a woman. That means you have 2 jobs, clean the house and have kids. How about you try focusing instead on those, huh? I think that if you did that, then you would be a lot happier than you are right now. Well, Mom, I'm really sorry to disagree with you, but I think that we're just from 2 different times. Things change, and if women want to go out and work, they can do that. If they want to have kids, they can do that too. The important thing is that women have the ability to make those choices by themselves. You think women have the right to choose how to live their own lives? And you really think that that's going to make a woman happy? Now I know that you have no idea what you're talking about. That is just delusional. You are doing nothing but lying to yourself by saying that. It's just ridiculous. Aren't you jealous of your little sister? She's been married for years, and just look at her life. Surely you must want a little bit of that, right? Don't you want to get married and have kids? It's all the rage now. I think it's super trendy for young folks like your sister. Mom, I am very happy that Samantha is content with her life. She's my sister, and I love her, but I do not need to follow in her footsteps. I would rather go out and find my own way through this world. Your own way? Who in the world even talks like that? You really are crazy. I just don't know where I went wrong with you. I mean, your sister is doing so well, and you, well, you're just not. You know what, Mom? I really don't need you to understand my choice in life for me to be happy, okay? And just what is that supposed to mean? You think my opinion doesn't matter at all? That's not what I said, but I don't think that you have any intention of trying to see things my way. I know that you and Dad are divorced, but you two are still so similar with how controlling over people's lives you try to be. Well, while other people may be willing to put up with that from you, but not me. So stop telling me how to live my life. Do you think you're cool for doing this? That you're some kind of rebel? You're not cool at all. The only hip one here is your little sister. Hey, Samantha, how have you been? Are you doing well? I've been thinking a lot about you. I was just wondering how that little bun in the oven you have is treating you. Has it started moving? You must just be so excited about this, right? Hi, Mom. I'm doing well and feeling good too, thank you. And yes, I actually just felt it move the other day. It was so amazing. Oh, really? You did? Well, that's just wonderful. I can't believe this is all happening so fast. You're going to be a mother soon, can you believe it? By the way, I was just curious when you were going to come back home to have your baby. Have you set a date for when you're going to arrive? Sorry, what do you mean by that? I'm a little confused. What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean, when are you going to come to my house to have your baby? Oh, right. Well, the thing is that I was actually thinking that I would go to my husband's parents' house instead to do it. Oh, really? But why would you want to go and do something like that? I mean, I'm your mother. You should be doing it at my house with me. I know, and I really would like to, but it's just that you live so far away, and getting there would be really difficult, I think. I just would hate to do anything that made the baby or myself too uncomfortable, you know? Oh, don't you worry about that. I can just pick you up and drive you back to my place. You won't have to worry about a single thing while you're here with me. Mom, I really am sorry, but even then, that's 3 hours sitting in the car. I just don't know if I can stand not being able to move for that long. Oh, don't worry about that either. We can just take little breaks along the way. It'll be like a little road trip for you and the little one. Mom, I get that you really want this to happen, but I'm pretty far along in my pregnancy, and I get queasy really, really easily. I know that you mean well, but I think that I'd rather just stay here to have the baby if that's all the same to you. Samantha, you can't be serious about this! Did I do something to make you hate me or something? How could you be treating your own mother like this? You know that it's not anything like that at all. It really is just a matter of convenience. Greg's family lives around here, and it would be just easier for me to go to her. Besides, they've offered to help with anything I might need as well. I'll be in good hands, so you have nothing to worry about at all. Well, okay, if you're really going to do it there, then maybe I can go over and be with you until you have your baby. But Mom, don't you work? I know that it's just a part-time job, but I really don't want you to quit just for this. Oh, don't you worry about that. I quit my job a long time ago, actually. Wait, what? You did? I didn't know that. But of course, I quit my job so to get ready to take care of you full-time while you were having your baby. Mom, you didn't really go and do something like that, did you? That's way too much. Samantha, you are my daughter, and I would do anything for you in this important time of your life. I'm not worried one bit about the job. I'm only worried about you. Do you understand? Mom, please. I know that you want to be there, and I appreciate that. I really, really do. But at the end of the day, these kinds of decisions are going to be between Greg and I. But that isn't fair! You don't live here anymore, so how am I even supposed to know what you've decided amongst yourselves? I did all of this for you, and now you're telling me that it was actually all for nothing? I quit my job just to be there for you when you would need me. I wanted to be by your side when you have your baby, and I could see my grandchild for the first time in my life. Is that really so awful? Of course not. It's not awful at all. I just wish that you would have communicated with us a bit more before you did all this. But I promise that the moment I have the baby, you are going to be the first person that I send pictures to. I don't want a picture of the baby. I want to see the real thing in person. I gave birth to you, and I want to be there when you give birth as well. Don't forget that it's not just your child, it's my grandchild as well. I have rights too, you know. Okay, Mom, I think we need to just calm down a little bit. Oh, I am very calm now, thanks to you. Let me make myself clear. I am your mother, and you are going to come back to my house to have your baby, and that is going to be the end of the discussion. And if you continue to argue with me, then that just makes you an ungrateful and disobedient little brat. Do you understand me? Do as I say, or I will see to it that your marriage doesn't last long after you have your child. Hey, Jenny, are you there? I really need to talk to you about Mom. I think she's been acting really strangely lately, and I just really need someone to talk to about this right now. Oh, Samantha! Lovely hearing from you. What has Mom been doing that's got you so upset, though? Well, she keeps insisting, demanding, really, that I go to her house to have my baby. And when I told her that I had made other arrangements, she got really mad at me. Yeah, I guess that she really wants it to happen, and I just don't think I've ever gotten such angry texts from her in the past. Oh, wow, that sounds like so much to deal with when you're already going through a lot. Where are you right now? Maybe we can meet up and talk about this in person if you have the time. I'm actually at Greg's parents' house right now. I told Greg all about what happened, and he brought me to their house for the time being. Both his parents have been so nice and caring and said that they would do whatever they could to make sure that I had this baby safely. Well, that's a relief. I'm really glad to hear that you're in a safe place with so many supportive people around you. And more than anything, I'm glad you're in a place where you can be safe from Mom. Speaking of, have you heard from her since you last talked? Did she say she was going to do anything? No, she hasn't told me anything, and I have no idea what she might do about all this. I tried calling her after she texted me because I thought that maybe there was just some miscommunication or something. I tried it a few times actually, but she never picked up her phone. I see. I wonder what that woman could be up to. Well, that's actually one of the reasons why I'm messaging you right now. I was wondering if you'd seen her do anything strange or out of the ordinary. I'm really sorry, Samantha, but I haven't really seen much of her lately. We've entered into the busy season at my work, so I've been coming home late every night and haven't had a chance to check up on her. Even now, I'm still on the metro on my way home. Oh, right. Well, that makes sense. Nothing that can really be done about that, I suppose. I'm just really worried about what Mom might be up to. I really don't think that I've ever seen her this upset with me, and I'm really nervous. I know that Mom can be scary at times, trust me. But I think you have to remember that she's probably just worried about you. You know how much Mom loves you. I think she just wants to be there for you. I know that, but you don't know how hard that kind of pressure can be sometimes. She is always trying to be part of my life and is always trying to guide my actions. Part of the whole reason why I wanted to get married and move out was because I wanted to get away from that. Why do you think I ended up moving so far away from home? Oh, I see. I guess that I never really thought about it in that way. I'm sorry that you've had these feelings this whole time and I never noticed. I know that to you it must just seem like Mom is really worried about me and is doing all this because she's thinking of me. But what that means for me is that Mom is going to try and take control of my life again, and if I don't do as she says, then she'll get really mad at me. Oh, Samantha, thank you so much for talking to me about this. I really do wish I could give you a big hug right now. But I think what matters most is that you don't stress yourself given that you're pregnant. And maybe you can relax a little knowing that it sounds like you're surrounded by people who really care for you and who just want you to do this safely. You have much bigger things to worry about than whatever it is that Mom might be doing. Right. Now that's a good point. I'll try and calm down and remember that I'm in a safe place right now. But that reminds me, actually, what about you, Ginny? Are you okay with how things are going over there? Mom told me that she quit her job because she assumed that I was going to be going back home to have my kid. I was just worrying about the two of you since you live together and all. I mean, are you two going to be all right financially since you're the only one working now? I would hate for you to get into trouble or something that Mom decided to do for my sake. Oh, right. Mom actually quit her job about a year ago or something like that. She was always getting into fights with her boss, and one day everything just blew up and she stormed out of there. She hasn't had a job ever since then. All she does is hang out at home, really. Oh, wow, I had no idea that happened. What are you going to do with that woman? I mean, that's part of the reason why I haven't moved out of the house myself. I just worry about what kind of trouble that Mom might get into if she's left to her own devices. So I'm partially here to keep an eye on her when I'm able to. Oh, right. I remember how the neighbors used to talk about our family, especially when Dad was still home and him and Mom would scream at each other in the house. I remember neighbors coming up to me in the streets and asking if I was okay. Or there was that one time that Mom kept trying to set me up with that boy who lives a few blocks away, and then when she finally brought him over, Dad got into a huge fight with him. Yeah, I really try not to think about that time at all, if I'm being honest. There were so many things that happened, it's hard for me to remember them at times. I know. If only there was something we could do about Mom, though. I mean, my boyfriend and I have been talking about getting married for a long time, but I just don't know how it's going to work out with all this. Ginny, I didn't know that you were putting your life on pause just to deal with Mom. No. My problems really don't matter right now. We need to focus on you, Samantha. You can complain, though. I know that as my older sister, you were always putting on a brave face so that I wouldn't get scared when our parents fought. but I know that you've been through a lot too. You know, maybe if we can't think of what to do, we could go and talk to our uncle about how to handle Mom. You really think that's a good idea, Sam? Well, he did tell us that we could call him if we ever needed anything or were in trouble, remember? Of course, that was 5 years ago when Mom and Dad split up, but I'm sure he would still be there for us. Our Uncle David. I never thought to try asking him for any help with this. Yeah, I understand why. We both know that him and Mom don't really talk about that much these days, but still, it might be worth it. I mean, who better than her brother is going to know how Mom works and what she might be planning? And one more thing, can you please tell your boyfriend that I'm sorry our family drama has affected him as well? Oh, trust me, I tell him that quite often myself. But I think you're on to something about Uncle David. I'll reach out to him and see what he thinks. Ginny, do you realize that you're keeping your sister from coming to the house to have her baby? Sorry, what? I'm not really sure what you're talking about right now, Mom. Don't you play stupid with me, young lady. I know that there's no way that girl isn't just ignoring what I tell her on her own. Unlike you, she's a good girl. So then, just what are you trying to say right now? I mean that you must have something to do with this. Your little sister never disobeys me, and yet when I ask her to come and have her baby here, she says no! I thought she was going to be the daughter that I lived with in my old age, not you. But now she lives a whole 3-hour drive away and hardly comes to visit ever. It's clear that you must be jealous that your sister is so much better than you and you're doing something to keep her away. Well, I'm not going to stand for that. You can't keep your sister from having her baby here. So, if you're not going to be giving me any grandchildren, then you can at least make room for the child that will. Now hold on just a minute. Where is all this coming from? Do you have any proof at all of what you're saying? Oh, please. You still aren't even married. You have no boyfriend. You're still focusing on your career. No matter what you think about it, you are not going to be giving me any grandchildren anytime soon. All you do is care about yourself and your career. You don't care at all what I think, even though I'm your mother. Well, you make it sound as if you think I physically can't have kids on my own, and that isn't true. And I've already told you over and over again that I do have a boyfriend. But more than that, I don't appreciate at all how you're trying to blame Samantha not wanting to come home and have her baby here on me. If you must know, that is something that Samantha decided for herself. What are you talking about? That girl has never made a decision that she doesn't seek approval from me first. I know that you must be lying about that. I figured you would say something like that, Mom, but I think that you really have no idea what you're talking about at all. For example, did you know that the head obstetrician at the closest hospital where Sam could give birth is her sister-in-law? What do you mean? I mean that Greg's older sister works at the hospital and is going to be the one that delivers Sam's baby. Sam just feels safer and like she would have access to more people who care about her and can help guide her through this part of her life. That's the reason why she isn't coming home to have her baby. But then, I still don't get it. Why doesn't she want me to go out there and be with her as well? Well, it was because she didn't want you quitting your job just to be with her when she's already had so much support. She had no idea that you had already quit. But now that she knows, surely it's fine if I go over and be there for her, right? I can spend the night at Greg's parents' place and help out when the time comes, right? But you don't even know where they live, right? Well, surely you can tell me where they live and then I'll just go over there, right? I'm sorry, Mom, but I'm not going to tell you what their address is. It's not really my place to give that information out, and if you don't have it yet, you might not be meant to have it. I don't really want to put myself in Greg's family's bad graces. You what? You can't be serious. How dare you do this to me? Mom, I think you'd need to realize that your presence can be a bit of a stress trigger for Sam, and I don't think she wants you there. Anyways, this conversation is just going in circles, so I'm gonna go now. But please, just think about what I've said, okay? Samantha, you answer the phone right now! Why aren't any of these messages I'm sending to you coming up as read? I know that you can't be busy. You're very pregnant and should be resting right now. So if you have so much free time, I want to know why you're not talking to me. Please, Sam, I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to get that upset, but I'm just worried about you, sweetie. You know that I only have your interest at heart. Please, Sam, won't you come home? I miss seeing my daughter so much. I want to see my grandbaby. Is that really such an awful thing to want? Samantha! Answer me this instant, young lady. You do not ignore your mother. Do you understand me? You know that you're the only thing I really care about in this world. Why won't you answer me? Samantha! Pick up the phone right now! Oh my gosh, Ginny. I have something like 200 missed notifications from Mom. I literally just told her that she needed to think about stressing you out. What in the world is she thinking? I couldn't calm myself down at all watching my phone buzz all night. I tried putting it on silent, but it kept lighting up all the time. I finally had to block Mom's number. Well, you only have a couple of weeks before the little one's due date, right? Just hold on till then and don't unblock her. I've had just about enough out of Mom, and I'm going to handle this myself. Ginny, just what is going on here, huh? I woke up this morning and you were gone. What are you doing right now? And why did my brother show up here? He said he was here to pick me up. Just what is going on, huh? So then Uncle David finally arrived? I just told you he did, but I want to know what he's doing here. You know that him and I don't get along. We haven't talked in forever, so what is he doing here? Well, I asked him to come and deal with you since I'm getting married and don't have time for you anymore. Wait, what? What on earth are you talking about? I don't understand. Well, I kind of just spelled it out for you, so... You're really getting married? You expect me to believe that? There's no way that's true. You don't even have a boyfriend. Well then, I guess I'm not sure whose bride I just registered myself as at the courthouse. Anyways, we're going to move in together and I'm going to cancel the lease for the house. No, hold on! You can't do that! That isn't fair! Well, it's like Uncle Brian says, right? If you don't work, you don't eat. But don't worry, I talked to him and he agreed to give you a job at his printing shop. A job? You expect me to go back to work at my age? I don't expect anything from you, actually. But I do know that I probably won't see you again until it's your funeral. Goodbye, Mom. I took a page out of Samantha's book and blocked Mom's number before she could blow up my phone with angry messages and voicemails. I almost didn't, but when I was talking to my uncle, he told me that I wouldn't be truly free until I severed all ties from Mom. I know that seems excessive, but I'd already given up so many years of my life to dealing with her. I know that some people may think I'm being selfish, but sometimes that's how people need to act to protect themselves. Anyways, now I'm living with my husband, and we're planning for our wedding. Meanwhile, my mom had no choice but to move back into her brother's, whose print shop she now works at. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Raina, it's been a long time. I didn't think that after I transferred my workplace to the private elementary school I had so long wanted to teach at, there would be your daughter in my class. I guess you deleted your previous SNS account because I took away your boyfriend Sam, right? Right after graduation, you moved away as if you wanted to escape as quickly as possible. It was a good idea of mine to make a group account on the SNSs of my students' parents. To think I was able to get your account name that way. Funny, isn't it? Crazy. I think this is going to be so much fun for me. Good evening, Miss Moss. What? I don't intend to have any private relationship with you, so I will act as my daughter's homeroom teacher only. If you could do the same, I would appreciate it. Oh, really? You're a boring woman like you've always been. Well, whatever. I hope you'll have a good time this year then. By the way, Raina, you were raised by your mom, right? A single-parent family? It totally makes sense. Good evening, Miss Moss. Yes, my mother raised me, but is there something? Then your mother got divorced from your father, right? I don't think I'm obligated to answer that question to you. I see. You're going to keep that a secret, I see. Are you asking this question to all the other parents of your students? I believe there are other families who are in similar situations. I don't ask such a thing to everyone. In that case, I also have no obligation to answer you. What? It's not like it would hurt to tell me, right? We're friends, aren't we? I don't plan to have any dealings with you whatsoever, except as my daughter's homeroom teacher. Please excuse me. Hello, Raina. Would you have a moment? It's about the homeroom teacher. Oh, hello, Vicky. It seems that we both have our daughters in the same class this year. That's right. I hope we'll have a good school year together. Yes, me too. And you said something about the homeroom teacher? Is it true that you and Miss Moss went to the same university and were in the same school year? Oh, yes, that's right. But we weren't all that friendly with each other to begin with. At school, I plan to interact with her only as my daughter's homeroom teacher. I also told her that. I see. But in that case, it might be easier to talk about this with you. What happened? Well, today, my daughter came back home crying. Oh? What happened? She was asked to solve a problem that they hadn't covered in class yet, so she said that she doesn't know the answer. Then Mrs. Moss said that this is why a family with a single parent have stupid kids, and those who grow up without a father come out this way, and so on. She was under verbal attack for quite a while. What? Then it seems that your daughter, Judith, tried to help my daughter. Oh. I am really grateful for that, but since I know that your family is also like mine, so if you become the target, that would be very troublesome, so I thought I should let you know about it. Thank you for thinking about us. I'll ask my daughter about this later. It might also be helpful if you could let me know how you might handle this if that were to happen. Yes, I see. Thank you for the information. No, thank you. It was wonderful that Judith came to my daughter's help. If there's anything else that comes up, I'll pass that along to you. Yes, thank you. Miss Moss, do you have a moment now? Oh, look who it is. It's rare that you would contact me, Raina. My daughter came back home crying from school. She tells me that you tore her textbook into pieces. Could you explain what's going on? Oh, about that. This is also your fault as a mother. Me? I know you're poor since you come from a single mother's family, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to pay for the tuition. I am paying the tuition. You were crying on the phone as you were called to the office to say that you can't pay for the tuition. What? Did you think I wouldn't know about that? Unfortunately for you, I happened to be in the office at that time. As punishment, I tore your daughter's textbook because she didn't pay for her tuition and attend my class. I am also working for my salary. I will deal with these matters as business. Excuse me? Are you talking about the matter regarding the system error the bank was experiencing on the day of the money transfer? What? I happened to go to school on another matter. I just telephoned the office to inform them that I would pay the tuition in person and in cash. What? You can confirm with the school. There would be record of the payment. What? You paid? Yes, I paid for the whole amount. Miss Moss, you were also making another girl cry yesterday, weren't you? What? I don't know what you're talking about. Like my family, this girl came from a single mother's family, and I hear that you asked her to solve a problem that you haven't covered in class yet. When you saw that she couldn't answer the question, you brought up her family situation and showered her with verbal abuse. It seems like you are quite biased when it comes to a single mother's family. Miss Moss, would you care to tell me out of what reason you are doing such a thing? What? You don't realize it yet? What are you talking about? This is my revenge to you. What? A revenge? You think you can send your daughter to a private school when you come from a single mother's family? That's not where you belong. I thought I'll start by giving that girl a bit of a hard time. But as for you and your daughter, I can't forgive both of you, so I'll just beat the crap out of you both. What do you mean? Your daughter. Her father is Sam, isn't it? What? It seems like you divorced him a long time ago, but it basically means that you took Sam away from me. I really was in love with Sam, but in the end, he dumped me. Then a year later, I hear that he got back together with his ex and married her. What the hell? That's why I can't stand neither you nor your daughter. You understand me? Miss Moss, no. From here, I'll speak to you as your former classmate. My daughter's father is not Sam. What? I have also heard that Sam got back together with his ex and that they got married. But she is someone Sam had dated when he was in high school. What? A high school sweetheart? Then your husband is... Judith's father, and my husband died 2 years ago. What? So I said what I wanted, so I'll end speaking to you as your former classmate. Miss Moss, it seems that you still don't realize who runs your school, do you? What about it? You don't know who I am? What? You're my former classmate from college, and now you're a parent of one of my students. There is also one more. What is it? I am one of the managing directors of your school. What? What? I think teachers should be aware of who their managing directors are, don't you think? Rather, I have seen you several times at school, but you didn't realize that I was one of the managing directors despite that? Oh my God. But anyway, Miss Moss, the way you have been treating some of the students in your class is unacceptable. We will be convening a meeting with the other managing directors to discuss your case. Oh my God, no way! In your hiring process, there was a managing director who recommended you, and he told me that he'd have been completely deceived by someone who had talked highly of you. We will notify you when we decide what measure we will be taking against you. Until then, please refrain from coming to school. Raina, give me money. What? Oh, Miss Moss. I guess it's been half a year now? Money! Give money? To you? That's right. I hear that you come from a pretty wealthy family, don't you? So you're demanding money from me? That's right. Because of you and all the confusion you caused, I was fired from that school. And now I can't get myself hired by any school. Confusion? What are you talking about? I thought that you had a daughter with Sam, but that turned out to be wrong. You weren't poor, although you came from a single mother's family. And that you were one of the managing directors of the school. You caused me all the confusion. You are to blame. If you have any intention of apologizing to me, then $50,000. No, give me $100,000. $100,000? I have absolutely no intention of making an apology, so I have no reason to give you the money either. What? If you had wanted to find out who Sam got married to, you could have easily found out through your friends. Also, your bias led you to assume that a single mother family is poor, which is just complete nonsense. I have been a managing director of the school before you came to teach at the school, and that you didn't know this basic information is your own fault. On top of that, to harass your own students based on your prejudice and personal revenge means you are not fit to be a teacher. Terrible! A teacher who is supposed to teach her students should not rip their textbooks. That is just horrendous. But now I can no longer continue being a teacher, and I can't find a job. I see, and you are demanding money from me, so I guess you threw away your pride? What on earth? If you think that I would help you out, you are utterly mistaken. You need to realize that. Hey! Bye. Because she was so persistent, I got carried away myself towards the end. But perhaps thanks to that, it seems like my words had some effect on her, because Miss Moss has not contacted me since that time. According to what I heard from a friend of mine, after she had demanded money from me, she was forced to move out of her apartment because she could no longer pay for her rent. She apparently had no choice but to go back to her parents' home. It also seems that even though her job hunting has not been going well, she had been living a lavish life and had gotten herself in quite a debt. After the collection letters arrived at her parents' place, her parents could no longer take it. The day after the collection letters, they drove Miss Moss out of their house. Having lost a place to stay, Miss Moss was last seen taking a train headed to Tokyo, but hasn't been seen since.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Sarah, do you have a moment? There's something I'd like to talk to you about, if that's all right. Oh, hello, Olivia. Always nice to hear from you. I'm actually on my lunch break right now, so I think I should be able to talk for a little bit. What's on your mind? Is there anything that I can do for you? Actually, there is, since you've asked. You see, Rachel has just recently gotten divorced, and she wants to come live with us. Also, she'll be bringing along her boyfriend Tyler as well. Wait, hold on a second. Maybe I'm not understanding correctly. Rachel got divorced and she has a boyfriend? Is that what you're trying to tell me? That's right, her husband found out that her and Tyler were having an affair behind his back, so they split up. It's really a shame my poor sweet daughter getting cast aside like that. But she was the one who was cheating, wasn't she? Perhaps, but that's only because she's really serious about this Tyler guy. They've already been talking about getting married, so they're going to come live with us. Okay, let me just make sure I have this whole thing clear. Rachel cheated on her husband with this Tyler guy, right? And now Rachel and the man that she cheated on her husband with want to come and move in with us? That's right. But you really shouldn't be acting so confused that this is happening. I mean, life is a journey, and you never know where it's going to take you sometimes. You really need to have a little more sympathy, Sarah. I understand that life can rarely go as you plan it, but I think that applies more to Rachel's ex-husband than it does Rachel, don't you think? I mean, she was the one who cheated, right? I really think that cheating is such a nasty term. What happened is that my daughter just so happened to find her true love after she had gotten married. Honestly, you really need to try and keep more of an open mind about these things. I really am not sure if I can agree with you on that one. Well, I guess that just means that you're close-minded and bigoted then. Anyways, that isn't even the main thing I wanted to talk to you about. I see. So then what is it that you wanted to talk to me about? Well, the thing is that Tyler doesn't have a job. You see... Wait a second. Wasn't Rachel also a housewife before this? So you're telling me that neither of those two have any sort of employment at all? Yes, that's right. I'm glad that you seem to understand that part easily enough. So anyways, they're going to arrive tomorrow to live with us. Tomorrow? That's way too soon. I know it's sudden. But I also know that you have a really nice, well-paying job, and that's why, for the time being, you're going to pay for all of their expenses. Excuse me? And just who is deciding all of this? I never remember agreeing to that. I am deciding it, of course. I just told you that those two don't have jobs. How are they supposed to take care of themselves if they don't even have any money? So you need to learn to open your heart and give back to your family in need. And just why does the burden of doing all of that have to fall on me? I never agreed to any of this. This is the first I'm hearing that all this even happened. You can't just tell me this is something I'll have to deal with from now on, and I certainly don't want either of them living in my house. I don't remember ever asking for your input on this matter, Sarah. You need to understand that this isn't your house, it's mine. I make the rules around here, and what I say goes. I expect you to go along with this, and I don't want to hear any more complaints out of you. You think that you're in charge around here? Well, of course I am. You're my son's wife, which means that you're beneath me in the family. You just have to be a good daughter-in-law and do as I say. Do you understand? And by do as you say, you mean cover all the expenses for the two people who are going to move in with us tomorrow? I really don't know if there's even room in the budget to be able to pay for 2 more mouths to feed around here. No, you listen here, young lady. You might be my daughter-in-law, but Rachel is my daughter, and Tyler might become my new son-in-law. These are your family members just as much as they are mine, and you will do everything you can for them. But they aren't even married yet. They're just moving in unannounced, and for some reason, I'm the one who's going to have to pay for everything. If you don't like it, then why don't you just get a divorce? If you hate being a member of this family so much, then why don't you just divorce my son and never come back, huh? Because I know that my Rex is a good boy who would always do as his mother tells him. I really don't think that Rex is going to just go along with this just because you want it to happen, Olivia. But I suppose we'll just have to talk about this tonight, won't we? No, I really don't see any point in talking about this. Rachel and Tyler have already packed their bags and they will arrive tomorrow whether you like it or not. You can either accept it or leave. Your choice. Rex, I know that you're away on your business trip right now, but I really could use your advice right now, if you have a minute to talk.
Sarah, of course I have time to talk. Is everything okay? Did something happen at home or something?
Well, it's about your mom, actually. She said something to me this afternoon that really kind of worried me. She told me that your sister Rachel cheated on her husband and now she's divorced. But then she told me that she's still with this guy she cheated on her husband with, Tyler, and then now both of them are coming to live with us. She told me they were going to be arriving with all their bags tomorrow and that I didn't have a say in it at all.
Whoa, what? Hold on, that is a lot to take in all at once. I don't even know how to begin to respond to something like that.
But it's true. She told me about all of this in the afternoon via text. Not only that, but on top of everything I've just said, she demanded that I pay for everything that the two of them might need, since neither of them are working.
Did she really say that to you? What in the world could my mom be thinking? That's just crazy.
I know, right? I tried telling her that it was just unacceptable, but she refused to listen to me.
And Rachel, too. I just can't believe that she would do something like that. I never thought that she was the kind of person at all.
I know what you mean. I just heard that all of this was happening, and I was really shocked that Rachel actually did something like that. But more than that, I was shocked that your mom appeared to take Rachel's side in this, and even pitied her for her divorce.
Well, my mom has always let Rachel get away with basically whatever she wanted. But I think that's all it's done for Rachel is make her think that she can get away with doing whatever she wants. Even I've tried talking to Rachel about not acting out, but she just doesn't listen to me. Still, I never thought that she would go as far as to do something like this.
I know that you and Rachel have had troubles in the past, Rex. You've talked to me about them before. I do really think that you're sweet for trying to talk some sense into her, even though she doesn't listen.
To be honest with you, I think one of the reasons my parents ended up divorcing was because he just couldn't watch my mom raise his kids that way.
Oh, I don't think you've ever told me that before.
By the way, you said this guy's name was Tyler, right? You didn't have to get his last name, did you?
Your mom mentioned it to me once back at home. Tyler Sanders is his full name, I think.
Tyler Sanders. Now that name is really ringing a bell.
Well, I really don't know. I could be getting things wrong. You could say that my mind was on other things while I was talking to your mom.
Of course, that makes total sense. But either way, that name is just really gonna bug me. I think I'll need to look into this Tyler guy. If he's the guy that I'm thinking of, I think I might have actually met him before. He was a friend of a friend of a friend or something like that. But for some reason, the name just stuck in my head.
I see. Well, okay then, if that's the case, let me know if you find out anything interesting about him.
Of course! You'll be the first to know. Anyways, I'm gonna text some friends and see if I can figure this out.
Got it. Good luck with that, Rex. Olivia? Where are you right now? I need you here. What are you talking about? Why are you texting me with that tone, huh? I'm not grabbing dinner with friends. What do you want? Make it quick. I'm trying to enjoy myself. Well, it's about Rachel and Tyler, actually. What about those two? They've been at home since the afternoon. Did you finally get to meet them? Yes, I did meet them when I came home from work. But I was just wondering why those two were in my bedroom and acting like it was theirs. They said they already unpacked all their things and were looking forward to finally having a room again. Not only that, but all my stuff was strewn all over the place in the backyard. I want to know just what is going on here. Well, you gave up your room for those two, of course. That's why I tossed all your stuff outside in the yard. Any other questions? I didn't give up my room to anyone. It sounds to me like you decided that for me and emptied out my bedroom. Well, then I hope this just helps you reconsider about financially supporting these two while they get back on their feet. What are you talking about, Olivia? What does one of those things have to do with the other? I just mean that you were so adamant that you wouldn't be contributing to those two's financial needs. Given that that was the case, I saw a little alternative but to give them your room. I don't care what kind of little games you're trying to play with me right now. I'm not giving up my room or giving them any money. You're trying to rope me into something that I never wanted and was never even asked about, and I'm not going to sit here and take it. Well then, I guess you might as well get used to having your things sitting out on the lawn. You better hope that it doesn't rain. I'd hate for all your things to get ruined. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, I did hear that there was going to be rain tonight. And just who do you think you are condescending me like that, huh? I mean, why do you think you get to decide everything that goes on in this house? That's the exact same thing that I would like to ask you, Sarah. You're my daughter-in-law, and yet you think that you have a right to argue with anything that your mother-in-law tells you to do. You ought to learn your place. You really want to talk about who has the right to do what in this house? Of course. And since you were so insistent about disobeying me about giving them money, so I invoked my right to toss all your things out of my house. I honestly can't believe that you're being so cruel to these poor two lovers. They have no place to go and nothing but each other's love to keep them going, and you're really upset that they're in your room? I told you once, and I'll tell you again. You either do as I say, or you can get out. Those are your two options. Hey, Rex. I was just curious if you were on your way home already.
Yeah, I'm on a train right now. Should be a few hours before I'm back. How are things going at home? I'm almost scared to ask. But did Rachel and Tyler end up arrive yesterday like my mom said they would?
Yes, they got here yesterday afternoon and they're already making themselves at home. In fact, they've hijacked our bedroom as their own.
Hijacked our bedroom? What does that mean exactly?
Well, when I got home from work yesterday, the two of them had arrived. They had all their stuff unpacked in our room and all my things had been thrown out into the backyard. Your mom said she did it because I was arguing with her. She said that if I wasn't going to help them financially, then it was her right to throw all of my things outside.
You have to be kidding me! Honestly, just what is she thinking? I can't believe my mom is acting this way. It's ridiculous. Sarah, I just want you to know how sorry I am that my mom is putting us through all of this.
Rex, it's not you who should be apologizing, though. It's your mom.
Speaking of my mom, where was she when you got home? And did you manage to get your things back inside okay?
Your mom said she was out grabbing lunch with friends. As for me, I had to quickly go and rent a moving truck to store all my stuff until this gets figured out. I'm staying in a hotel for the time being.
Oh, jeez, I am so sorry you're having to go through all of this.
I'm sorry I couldn't tell you about any of this sooner. I was running around like crazy last night, and I didn't even have a moment to catch my breath until it was already past midnight.
It's okay, it sounds like you need to just take a rest for now.
It's the one right by Union Station that we always walk by.
Ah, got it. Well, would you like to meet me when I arrive at the station? I think I've finally figured out who this Tyler guy is, and we have to talk about.
You really figured it out? Was he the guy that you thought he was the whole time?
It's way too long to even begin to type out, honestly. I'm gonna have to stop by my office after I arrive, but I promise to tell you all about this evening, okay? But still, I arrive at the station in a couple of hours and will tell my bosses I'm taking an early lunch. I really can't wait to see you, sweetie.
Oh, me neither, Rex. I just want all this to be over already. So I guess I'll meet you at the station around 11 then.
Perfect, I'll see you then. Perfect, I'll see you then, Sarah. Get some rest in the meantime.
Hey, Rex, I just wanted to say that I'm really grateful for you telling all about what you found out at lunch. I know that you said you would in the evening, but I just couldn't wait that long to find out.
Of course, Sarah. I didn't mean to tease you with that kind of information. I just wasn't sure how long it would take to lay it all out.
I know. I was really shocked by what you told me. I mean, even having met Tyler, I never thought that he was that kind of person.
I know, right? When my friend told me about him, I just felt myself getting goosebumps and remember a really bad feeling coming over me.
I mean, if that kind of person is living in our home right now, I think I'd rather stay in the hotel than go back.
You're right. That's a good idea. You should stay there until we have everything ready.
Sarah, I am sick and tired of playing this game with you. Just how long are you going to keep us all waiting, What are you going on about this time, Olivia? Don't you pretend like you don't know what I'm talking about. I want to know when you're going to start giving money to Rachel and Tyler. How many times are you going to make me repeat myself? I am not going to give either of them a single cent. I never said that I was going to. I've only told you that this isn't going to happen, so stop asking. You really are starting to get on my last nerve. But if you refuse to listen to your mother-in-law, then I have no choice but to make Rex divorce you.
Mom, are you there? We need to talk.
Oh, Rex! Perfect timing, son. I was actually just about to message you, funnily enough. It's about your wife, you see. I've told Sarah over and over again that she needs to help support Rachel and Tyler, and she simply refuses to obey me. Do you think you could try talking some sense into her?
Actually, Sarah and I have decided to move out of that house.
Wait, what? What do you mean you two are moving out?
Well, Sarah has already loaded up all of her belongings that you threw out in the yard. Not that you've noticed. And I spent all night last night packing up my own things while everyone was asleep. And now Sarah and I are together.
Hold on a second. You two are really going to move out of the house? But where are you going to go? Where are you both now?
I'm not gonna tell you, Mom. In fact, Sarah and I never want to talk to you again.
You can't just cut your mother out of your life like this. That's ridiculous.
No, Mom, the only ridiculous thing about the situation is you. And I'm not gonna stand by any longer while you try to control my wife.
Control her? I am her mother-in-law. I'm not controlling her. She's just disobeying me. Every time I ask her to make the smallest of sacrifices for this family, she flat out refuses to do so. You need to remind her of her place in this house right now.
Mom, tell me how much you know about this Tyler guy that Rachel is seeing.
What do you mean, what do I know about him? He's Rachel's boyfriend, and that's all that matters.
I'm afraid you're quite misinformed. Tyler actually had an affair with the wives of one of my friends.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
And it wasn't just once. Tyler has a history as being a serial cheater. In fact, he has a debt of more than $1 million from all the adultery cases that he was part of.
He owes more than $1 million in debt?
That's right. When I first heard his name, it really rung a bell for me. I asked around, and I'm quite sure that the man who Rachel is seeing now is the same one that's known for sleeping around so much. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised at all if this was all part of some elaborate plan of his to have a place to live and get someone to cover all of his bills for him. Maybe he's even roped Rachel into this little scheme of his too.
You don't actually think your sister is trying to scam her own family, do you?
I think that I would really be careful with your money, unless it's already too late. When was the last time that you checked how much you have in your accounts? Unless it's true what Sarah told me about how you took all the money that you got from Dad during the divorce, withdrew it in cash, and kept it for safekeeping in your house.
I thought that it would be a good nest egg for when I retire. Besides, you know I hate all that funny money and card business. The money just doesn't feel real unless I have it in my hands.
And do you think it's possible that Tyler might have heard about this money through Rachel or something?
You don't really think.
I'm just saying, it wouldn't hurt to make sure everything is where you left it.
But that was all my money. It was what I was going to live off of for the rest of my life. This can't be happening. Sarah, are you there? You have to help me. It's just horrible. What is it this time, Olivia? My retirement money. My savings, all $30,000 of it is gone, vanished. Oh, really? You mean all that cash you kept in your room? That's right. I couldn't find it anywhere, and I asked Rachel if she might have known where it went. She told me that her and Tyler used it all on a party that they held celebrating moving in with us. Wow, how do you even spend that amount of money on a single party? That's actually impressive. No, it isn't. It's my money, and I want it back. You have to help me. And just why are you coming to me to ask for help? I would quit wasting your time texting me and start looking for a job instead. But I'm your mother-in-law, Sarah. You owe me for letting you live with me. That's why you have to help me. Olivia, I'd like to ask you something that I've had on my mind for a while now. Do you think that you were the one letting me live with you? Well, what do you mean by that? You don't have any other family or anything, so obviously when you got married, this house would go to me. That's just how you show respect to your in-laws. I know that both my parents are dead, thank you very much. What I want to know is how you think you suddenly own the house that they left to me. I inherited the lease to the house, and I've been paying rent on it ever since. So then, you're saying that you're the owner? That is exactly what I'm saying. I've had this house since before I got married, and after Rex and I did get married, he moved in with me. Then, after your divorce, Rex and I took pity on you and agreed to let you live with us. Of course, that was before I knew just how difficult living with you was going to be. That can't be true. I'm not done yet. Now that you've invited Rachel and Tyler to live with us, I just don't see the point in staying there any longer. I've canceled the lease for the house, and you all have until the end of the month to move out. You, Tyler, and Rachel all better start packing your stuff quick. But you can't do that. Where am I supposed to go? I just told you that I lost all of my retirement money. That's a problem for you to figure out. Apparently, Tyler was in more debt than what he owed to the court. I heard late from a neighbor one night a black van showed up outside our old house. Some strong-looking men stepped out, barged their way into the house, took Tyler and Rachel, and drove off into the night. I don't even want to think about what happened to those two. As for Olivia, with no money and no house, she had to go back to work and learn to live on her own again. I hear that she's living in a tiny apartment, barely making ends meet these days. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.